guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which means it's time for a review show special. This is where I take a deep dive into a particular company, a particular creator, and I talk all about that trick. And today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite production companies, which is Trick Boom, run by the incredible Noel Qualter and Roddy McGhie. Trick Boom kind of basically came out of nowhere a couple of years ago. They bought out Minibook Pro, took the magic world by storm. And what's interesting about Trick Boom is every single trick that they've brought out has been an absolute barn buster. And they're not just bringing out tricks all of the time. They make sure that the tricks that they're bringing out are absolutely on point brilliant before they hit the market. Now today I'm going to be talking about one product and one product only, and that is Bandit by Trick Boom. Now, Bandit got released as part of their launch lineup. That's how long Bandit's been around. So Bandit got released at Blackpool 2024. And you might have seen it. It sold out very quickly at Blackpool 24. Then it went to Magic Live, sold out at Magic Live. Then it went to Blackpool 25. I believe it sold out there as well. And one of the reasons this trick continues to sell out is because when magicians watch it, they are pretty much fooled. Nobody knows how it works. And it's kind of interesting as to exactly what this trick is. In essence, at its core, it's a utility device that allows you to make something vanish. It allows you to make something disappear. I want to imagine for a minute that you have someone pick a card, they sign the card, they fold it into quarters themselves, and they put it into a little baggie that's just big enough for that coin, card. They seal it up. They then put it in a card box that you see inside the card box. It's an ungimmick card box. The baggie is inside there with their card inside. There's no switch. It really is in there. You then take an elastic band and wrap an elastic band over the card box, and they hold onto it. They can shake it around. They can hear the card in there. But at that point, by the time you've handed them that box, that card has vanished and you can make it appear wherever you want to. Now on the project, Noel and Roddy are going to go through many different places that they can appear, and you can do this in so many different ways. It's a 2-hour tutorial, and they go through lots of different handlings, lots of different ways of doing this. You're not limited to a card. You can have a ring in there. You can have pieces of paper in there. They've got so many different options as to how you actually use this. But in essence, they are marketing a vanish. They are marketing a very clean vanish of an object, which is unusual because normally, most of the time that a trick is released to the magic community, the vanish is an afterthought. And the thing that people focus on is where the object is appearing. Think about all of the card to impossible locations. Generally, as a rule, when the card vanishes, that's the afterthought. The thing that people focus on, or the production companies focus on, is it's inside this box that's been on the table the whole time. It's in this mint tin that's been held by the spectator from the very beginning. It's inside a mint tin that's inside a box that's been jammed up a polar bear's arse. Like you've got all of these incredible card to impossible locations, but most of the time, the solution to the vanish is put the card in the deck. That's it. But what Trick Boom are doing here is they're talking about the vanish over and above anything else. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this, but first of all, I'm going to cut to an interview I did with Noel and Roddy. So I managed to sit down with them, which is a difficult thing for these guys to do because they're both busy working pros, but I managed to sit down with them over Zoom, and I had a conversation with them specifically about Bandit and exactly what it is that you're getting. So let's have a look at this first of all. Let's have a look at this interview, and then when you come back, we're going to talk about exactly what this trick is. Right, I am here with two of what is rapidly becoming the most influential men in magic, the owners and CEOs and directors of Trick Boom, the fastest growing magic production company in the world. These guys bring out nothing but banger after banger after banger. And I'm lucky enough that I've got them on the channel again to talk to them about a trick that got released at Blackpool 2024. People have been clamoring for this to come out for over a year. And finally, it's happening. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. I am here with Noel Qualter and Roddy McGhie. How you doing, Roddy? How you doing?
Yeah. Okay, all good.
Yeah,
we ran a sausage factory for banger after banger, but yeah, we are. But I say the idea we run a sausage factory doesn't sound ideal, but yeah, it's
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, that's it. I look like I'm the CEO of a sausage.
And if you had one of those little white hats on, I could see that.
I could rock a white hat. Yeah, that's good. A little hairnet. Well, I don't need that.
Thank you for all of the introduction.
Yeah, thank you for extra sweetness. It's very kind.
You're more than welcome. It's true. Every word I say is true. You guys absolutely smash it. You obviously officially launched the company, Blackpool 2024. You bought out the trick that, was trick of the year in pretty much every list that there was out there. Minibook Pro, which has continued to be a staple of a staple of both pros and semi-pros, amateurs, hobby. Everybody does Minibook Pro. It's continued to be hugely successful. You then took America by storm by being at Magic Live. Blackpool this year, your booth was the place to be. Your stock continues to go up and up and up. And what's great about your company is you've only been going for 2 years. Not even 2 years. Not even 2 years. You've been going like a year and a half. And the stuff that you've brought out, there's not been a miss. And it's always a hit, and it's always eclectic. It's not the same thing. There's always something different. And it's always been either you or Noel that's bought stuff out, Roddy, or a lot of the stuff has come from you guys. But I know that coming out in the future, you're going to be working with people like Simon Lipkin and a whole bunch of other creators. So you're expanding as a company. I mean, I just want to say congratulations. You're doing everything right.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude. No, it's been a mad rush to think. It's been, sometimes I think, oh yeah, it does feel like a year and a half, and sometimes I think it feels like 15 years. It is.
Yeah.
It's a proper slog. It's a proper job. I know no one cares. Thinking those two, me and Roddy, thinking space cadets constantly, making magic tricks and just farting around with a Pritt stick. But it is, I reckon 5% of it is the silly stuff, and the rest of it is the grind. I know no one cares. It's like saying Tom Cruise has got to wake up early to be a movie star or something like that. But we are, it's great. It's a proper tough job, but we love it.
Yeah, well, and like I say, your quality control is exceptional. I don't know many companies that haven't released a miss at some point, and everything that you've brought out has been incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think part of that is like when we have these soft launch, and now was this by design or was it by, who knows? But we have the soft launches at Blackpools and Magic Lives and things like that. But the trick we're going to talk about that came out in February 2024, and it is now getting towards the middle of 2025. And so we were demming it, we were selling it, it was in our act, we were using it. But we've had another year and a half with this thing to finesse it. So when a trick really does get its full release, we've got the level you'd expect plus another chunk, because we've got more time, more experience, better lines, better gags, better motivation, better misdirection, better in every possible category.
And it's great that you guys don't rush anything out. It really is. And you can tell that everything that you've brought out has been worked on. And I remember sitting down on a Saturday afternoon in a cafe near the Magic Circle headquarters with you, Noel, a couple of years before Trick Boom even got released. And you were like, I've been working on this idea. What do you think? And this is obviously... that was the kind of the early prototype of Bandit, which is the trick we're talking about now. So I know how long you guys have been working on this. It's just been something that I know that you've been working on for a long time. Before we talk about it, by the way, congratulations on the success of Flux 2.0. I've seen so many people that are doing it. I switch. It's become one of those tricks that you see on Instagram and social media all the time. Like it was, I saw Jack Rhodes doing it the other day. And when Jack Rhodes does something, right, okay, well, that's good because, his profile is just so at the moment.
He has excellent taste.
No, Jack's brilliant. He's no, and also the great thing is it gives you that blank canvas. Like, Jack's got a funny presentation with the whole thing, but you can be the badass mind read. Not a badass mind read, but you certainly be, the cool magician. You can be the funny guy. There's loads of scope for a presentation with the whole thing because it's such a madly magical thing to see happen in front of you. Yeah,
absolutely. 100%. So let's talk about Bandit. First of all, can you guys
synopsisize what Bandit is and what it does?
I want to say on record for you and David Penn that synopsisize isn't a word, but
That's the only thing that I kept from the Wizard product review. Everything else went.
Every single time it's said, I'm like, please, miss, it's not a word. But yes, no.
And the other thing that I kept,
you learn something new every day.
The other thing I kept from the Wizard product review was the Wednesday time slot with me and Ryland going, it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
I did that really to piss Dave off. That was the main reason, if I'm being completely
honest. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll have a go then, and then you can join in if I've missed anything. So there's two parts to it, but the body of it is a solution to how to vanish a playing card or a banknote for the end of your routine. So let's go super simple. You're a close-up magician, and the finish of your ambitious card is card to destination box or paper clipped or a Kennedy box or a Vision box or a million other places, or underneath someone's watch. Any of those places, there's a million places for it to go. There is a moment in those routines where you have to secretly fold that card, and then it's it vanishes by the fact that you then say, let me introduce the new object, and now it's the new object, and you discover that signed card has now, or signed banknote has appeared in this amazing location. So in my routine, so for my ambitious card, I always used to do a vanish where I was doing basically an Erdnase change underneath a cover card to pretend to be palming the card and then say, look, it's vanished. And then we get into the Kennedy and go to the destination box. And that was good. And I don't think people would see it and they'd smile. They liked the fact that he had magically vanished. And me and Roddy had always talked about, wouldn't it be great if there was a vanish that you could do that would get great reactions and that would replace the options we have in Magic? Because I think that the options, if not suck, pretty close to suck, or they aren't right for every environment. And this, we think, is right for pretty much every environment. And the reactions, if you're doing a trick and the vanish, like phase one of your routine, gets as good a reaction as the finish. Like if you're doing Built a Lemon, and then, which, a trick that everyone loves with Bill and Kiwi or any of those other things, often the vanish is just sort of what I call an apology vanish. No one really thinks it's gone too far, but they're happy to go along for the ride. Say, look, I'll put it into my thumb. It's definitely in there. Okay, great. You hold onto it, look, it's vanished. And now we're into choose the lemon. And no one really thinks it's vanished. If the first phase of your vanish can get thunderous reactions equal and above to it appearing in the lemon, then you've got something sweet.
Yeah, I completely agree. Roddy, you were going to say something. I was going to add something there, but you speak first because it's yours.
No, I can't remember what I was going to say. You crack on.
Well, all I was going to say on that is, I talk about this on my channel all the time with coin magic. There's two types of vanish as far as I'm concerned: an actual vanish and an implied vanish. Somebody putting the card into a deck of cards and saying it's gone. That's an implied vanish. You're never going to get a round of applause for an implied vanish. It's that you've told them it's vanished, but you've not really shown them. Even if you spread through the cards and say it's gone, it's not really a vanish. An actual vanish would be, channeling your inner Gary Kurtz and going, look, I'm going to take this card and making it back. That's an actual vanish. And when you do an actual vanish, the reactions are so much stronger because you've got too much. You know as well as me, guys, the most important thing when you're working in the real world is to get that audience. You want the booker to hear everyone having a great time, clapping, cheering. So you want to put in as many moments of magic where people are going to react as possible. And you have something going to an impossible location, the reaction comes from the impossible location. But like you said, Noel, if you can make the moment that the thing vanishes an actual moment where there is a moment where they're going to go, holy fuck, what the hell have I just seen? Wow. Oh my God. That's just going to make the booker happier. That's going to give you a better routine. And most magic tricks that come out where it is an impossible location, the vanish is kind of just washed over. In a card routine, it's like put the card in the middle of the deck, but really you're going to palm it in your hand. With anything, you got the vanish is never the thing. It's kind of like when you learn a card trick, and it's like force it using your favorite method. It's the same thing with this. It's vanishing using your favorite method. So the vanish is always overlooked, and what I love about this product is the emphasis is put on the vanish.
Yeah.
Because
So
I
we just. I
on.
was going to say, well, we just go through, explain exactly. I know it sounds like we've been pretty vague on what the actual trick is, like the mechanics of it. So we just explain the mechanics of it. So I've got it here, so I can just show you the bits. So someone chooses a card and they sign it, and then they fold it up, right? So it's as Noel likes to say, it's the world's easiest Mercury fold because they fold it. And then you have a little bag which you pop it in here, and they can seal this up. And it's all very fair, and then it goes into your card case. So you drop it in the card case, and you pop a couple of rubber bands on it, and you know, you hand it to them, and they can put it wherever they like. It's all very fair. And then when it comes to the moment where you want the magic to happen, they then retrieve it from their pocket. They take the bands off, they open it up, and inside is the bag is just empty. The little bag is in there empty, and that card's gone wherever you want it to go. So the thing about it is, it just seems so fair. The procedure of it, of going through it, when you can, the whole way through, you're going like, now it's in here, you can see it. You drop it in the box, you show them it in the box, you say, you can see it in here, right? Watch me put the bands on. I'm not doing anything funny, put this in your pocket. And by the time they put it in their pocket, you're done, you're miles ahead. And it's just so fun to do. It's so fun to do from your point of view. Because when you're performing it, it doesn't look like you've done anything, which is what you want. But you've done everything, and it's just fun to be able to do that, you know. So that's the thing. And like Noel said, it can be a playing card, it can be a banknote, it can be a billet of some sorts, anything that will fit into this little bag. And also, it doesn't have to go into the bag. We teach all different methods where you don't have to use the little bag. You can use other things. And yeah, sorry, I'm kind of rambling now. Would you like to interject here, Noel?
No, it's good. I liked it. I could hear the wheels starting to rattle on the car, just thinking the wheel might come off. But you did really, really well.
I don't really know what else to say. No, it's great. It's just like, see, when people when they're quiet, I just keep talking to fill the silence.
No, it's exactly, that is the sequence. It is. So and one of Roddy's ways to describe it is absolutely true. Is it's a reverse nest of boxes. The finish, we know that in Magic, nest of boxes, and within that I include the Nick Einhorn style wallets, and even a Boncelope inside of a wallet is all the same thing. Yeah. You know, layer upon layer upon layer.
I mean, the way I like to describe it is kind of like a card from impossible location, really. You know, rather than, like you said, the reverse nest. It's a reverse nest of boxes. It's from because no one else has done that. Like, card or built from impossible location, because it's so fair. It gets all locked in there, and now it's gone. You know.
Yeah. So, no, absolutely. It frees up so many things, because every Magic company is selling a version of the thing where it appears, and that's not a bad thing. We've all got a bunch of them, and you know what? If a new one comes out next week, I'll probably buy it. Even if I know that I love the finishes that I've got for card or build to impossible location, but it's my absolute favourite plot in Magic. Card or banknotes to impossible location. It always utterly kills. It destroys. And if you think, like I said, if you've got a cool vanish that goes with it, and also one of the great things with Bandit is you choose the moment. So, for example, if you were doing, let's say, a sort of a classic simple vanish might be using a protector for your thumb, and you're banging there. Okay, great. The vanish happens when you open your hand, right? So you could change the moment slightly by going into an envelope, and that's how it's going, things like that, or a hanky, hold on to it like this. You can delay the moment by a split second, but when you yank that hanky away, that's the moment of vanish. So you could delay it by, how long could you reasonably ask someone to hold a hanky? 5 seconds. With Bandit, you can, if you're a close-up magician, I guess that's the predominant amount of people that will be watching. But if you're a close-up magician, it can happen at the end of your set. So you can start this at the beginning. It can happen at the end of the set. It can also go directly, set it up straight into the finish with like 2-second delay. Or if you're a stand-up performer, and I spoke to a guy in the Magic Cafe, and he's pretty much he gets the thing into a box, he puts it into another clear bag, and it's clipped and it's hung above the stage. You know, just in the same way as you would do with, you know, here's my the big box, wheel it down.
Yeah.
You could have, in fact, you could have, here it is secured on one side of the stage, and here it is on the other side of the stage. And this is, you know, it's impossible. How can one go from one side to the other? You can also channel your inner Doc Eason, you know, who's got the box? Who's got the box? Keep shaking. Who's got the box? Who's got the box? And, you know, it's a solution to a Vanish that you can do in close-up, parlor, or stand-up is, I mean, yeah, very rare to see.
So one question, in your opinion, and obviously you guys are very talented experts in sleight of hand and have been performing magic for a long time, but how easy is this to do?
Honestly, I think it's a fun evening in front of the telly for a couple of hours. I think if you put a movie on that your partner's keener on than you are, and you're half watching, which is everything for me, you'll have it by the end of the movie. I think that's. I don't know if Roddy agrees, but I think that's.
Yeah.
We've got a problem-solving sort of section on the end of the instructions, and we've also got a Facebook group for people to share ideas and things like that. But I reckon it's. So the only thing I will say is it's unlike anything you've done before in Magic. So it's not like you can say, "Oh, I'm used to doing this, so now I know half about this." This is a new action you're going to have to learn.
But you know, the weird thing is, it's really hard to quantify how difficult it is, because we've been doing it for so long now that it's a sort of muscle memory. So my instinct is to say, oh, it's like super easy, you learn it in 5 minutes, because it is so easy for me to do now because I've been doing it for so long. But I think you're right. You have to give it maybe an hour or two of just kind of practicing the action and getting the muscle memory in for it, because as Noel said, it's not like something you've done before. But yeah, I would say it's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, it is easy. And you know what? There's a way to practice it. You can practice it. You can do it, you know, 100 times. Just bang, 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 bang. It's fun to practice. In fact, you know, I've got it pretty much always with me. And if ever there's a bit of dead time, if there's any, you know, I'm always thinking, I just enjoy doing it. The hardest thing with this trick, and this is in the ad copy, and it's absolutely true, is not smiling when you're doing the moves. It is achingly fun. In fact, at Magic Live, we had a procession. Stephen Bargatze, who's a lovely man, he came to see it. He's a brilliant comedy magician in the US. And I'm going to take a punt and say he's a man who isn't buying a lot of stuff because he's got his great act, and why would he? But he was at Magic Live. He saw it, he came over, and then for the rest of the 3 days, he just brought more and more people. Chad Long came over, and just a procession of top pros from the US. You've got to watch this, you've got to watch this, you've got to watch this. Dan White came over, just everybody watched it and bought the thing. And it, you know, there's a bit of ego with it, but the truth is, it fools everybody, because this is the construction of this thing, and we put so much thought into every element. And the trailer, which hopefully people will be able to see by the time this is out, is sort of heist themed, and in many ways, that is what's going on. Because when you think of a good heist movie, there's that planning sequence of you do this, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this will bring it around to here. That's sort of what's happening. There is, you know, components and moving parts and sort of clever stuff happening, and it all works together.
Yeah, and it is just like, it's all examinable, you know, at the end when they take this out and they take the band off and the bag's in there. It's just an ordinary bag and box and band, and
it's the same box. So and that's the other thing for pros. I know there's a lot of amateurs that'll be interested in this as well, but for pros, it's the box that you're doing your card stuff with anyway.
Yeah.
There's a couple of rubber bands. So if you're the crazy man's kind of guy, then that is taking up no more space. If not, you can have them wrapped around the box. You can have them around your wrist. Doesn't matter. So, you know, rubber bands are negligible. What you need a pen to sign the card, and then the gimmicks. I would say, the gimmicks are half the size of a playing card. Like it is, it's absolutely negligible. It'll take up almost zero pocket space, and it's the same. The stuff that you need, vast majority of it is the stuff that you've got on you if you're doing a magic trick.
Yeah. Yeah, and also you can do a bonus thing with your pen as well with it, which I just remembered about. You want me to show you the bonus thing you can do with your pen? I'll show you.
Go on, yeah.
So you can, like, this was just a thing that I was messing about, and we came up with this. So you can do this with it, and you can show this. Ooh, look at that! Ooh, and then it's just your pen. So yeah, that's entirely nothing to do with the trick, but with the gimmick, you can do that as well. So I mean, how good is that? 2 tricks in one. But I mean, this all came about from that app that Noel did with Mark. What's it called?
Yeah, ISO. I was very sweet that I said I did it with Mark, the one that Mark did all the work for.
Yeah, but it was you and Mark's thing, and at the time you said to me, I need to do this, right? We need to effectively do what we're doing in Bandit, but how can we do this? And you had this kind of idea of how you were going to do it, and
it worked okay, didn't it? It's on the ISO instructions. It's a so just for a little extra point before Roddy gets into it, is that when Mark's selling apps, even though it's advertised for magicians, but he won't stop anyone from buying it. If you want to buy it, you want to buy it. And if you've got a thing in a magic trick that is an app and it says you now do sleight of hand, well, that's the end of it. It's dead. It cannot exist. And even if that is a false transfer, even if it's whatever, page one of Bobo's, no one cares. They're not doing it. They're furious and they're asking for their money back. So it's trying to find very simple solutions to those problems. So that the first iteration of this started with the ISO method, and then me and Roddy, for what was a very exciting period, probably 6 weeks, Roddy, I think, where after, so ISO came out, and then we made little jumps, and every time we spoke, we made a jump in one direction or the other for this trick, and it was always a jump forward. But it's like, okay, great, I hand the baton over to you, and it was proper, going back and forth with each other.
Yeah, it's weird because I was looking through my YouTube channel, which is just an endless stream of unlisted videos. Like most magicians, it's weird. I remember speaking to, I can't even remember who it was. It was someone at Blackpool a couple of years ago, another sort of creator. And I was trying to find a video, and he was trying to find a video on his phone. And he did the same thing of just this image of his torso like that with a pack of cards just endlessly on all these videos that we make you send to each other. And I was looking for something else, and I found all these early Bandit videos where I was making gimmicks out of. So I like to call it the sort of poor man's 3D printer, that milliput. So milliput is this kind of putty basically that you can mold. It comes in 2 parts, of white and black, and you mold them together, and then you can make things. You leave it overnight, and it hardens like plastic. It's like really hard. So yeah, that's my poor man's 3D printer. I've still got them sitting on a shelf, about 4 or 5 different gimmicks that I made out of milliput to try and get to this. So I mean, it's one of these things when you see the actual gimmick, you go, oh, okay, that's that. But you have no idea the engineering and the discussion that went into getting to this point.
Well, there's a couple of things working together with it, and I think it's the structure. When you watch instructions, and I can't wait to get into people's hands the next few weeks. When you watch it and the layered sort of, there's lots of little clever bits where I hope you guys will smile and go, wow, okay. And then, because there'll be bits when you get it, you go, how do you overcome this, this, and this? And when you watch it, you go, oh shit, that's how you overcome it. And it is another little moment of joy. So it is, like I said, it's a fun thing to perform.
I'm very proud. We're very proud of it, because it's every now and again. Like I even said to Noel the other day when I was making part of the gimmick, I was like, I'm really proud of how that came together, that little bit, because it's such a little thing, and like you hope people are going to notice it. But we are proud of this, and I'm excited. This became kind of Noel's baby, really, to an extent, because it was very collaborative, like all our stuff is, but particularly this getting to the point where it is now. We just knocked it back and forth for months and months, But then when it came to actually dem it, and we were doing it at conventions and it was getting its soft release, then I had little holes and discards and all the other stuff to do. So I was primarily focusing on those things, and Noel was the pitchman for Bandit, so it became his thing. And I kind of was like, right, okay, that's his thing. I'm going to concentrate on this because this is mine at the moment. But then recently, when we started, particularly Blackpool this year, when I went back to it again, I was like, oh my God, I forgot how fantastic this is. Because I had stopped playing with it really, and suddenly this sort of pre-Blackpool, I started going back into it, getting into my close-up case. It started getting back into my set again, because I was just like, well, I've been saying for months. I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited about getting this out because I just forgot how awesome it is, So,
no, it's a fun thing, and it's just when you know that you've got that banker of a finish, and also on the instructions, that's important to say as well, that if you guys don't have all the funky props, and I'm guessing you could be a week into Magic and you haven't got all those bits and pieces. Well, there's three categories to where something could appear. So we've got routines on the on the project, which we will explain, that are very, very simple. There's also free things, card under watch and things like that, which we don't go into, but you guys can find resources for card under watch and all the other great stuff, or card under chair, and all those places that are free but require a little bit of skill. The great thing with this is, normally with those tricks, you are relying on brilliant sleight of hand and misdirection and timing. But the great thing with this is you're so far ahead. Let's say, for example, it was you wanted it to appear underneath someone's chair. Here's the whole method, which is they are holding the box, and you say, "Can you hold onto the box?" And you're going to drop the finger palmed card in the small of their back. There you go, it's done. When they get up, that card, they've apparently been sat on it the whole time. Is that sleight of hand? Is it misdirection? It's nothing. It's gravity. You're just dropping it.
Exactly, and the fact that you're, like you said, that you're so far ahead that you do have that's a fun thing, is that if you have someone else with you, if you're doing this for your friends in the pub or something, you have another mate who's in on it, then you can pass. Yeah, then you've got a TV magic miracle. You do the move, it still looks like nothing has happened. Everyone's completely relaxed. No magic has happened at this point. But by this point, you've just passed it to someone else who's now gone and pinned it on the dartboard on the other side of the room or something. You can do absolute miracles if you just have just.
And we do teach a couple of routines on there that are that super simple, don't require anything. There's a borrowed phone. The presentation that me and Roddy both like for the routine is said about pickpocketing championships, and I'm elite because I'm known for my speed and agility, which somehow. The idea that Roddy does it as well, but they buy the idea that Roddy's in the pickpocketing championships more than I am. But
speed and agility. Does that look shady? That's why.
It's the Glaswegian thing, And then I say the pickpocketing championships, and I'm in it. And my record for it is 3 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever you want to say. And when you've got the card or the bill, it's going to borrow your phone for a second, and that's the whole routine. At the end of it, they're going to lift up the phone. That's been on the table the whole time. They've timed it. They've done everything. They've been looking after the box. They lift up the phone, and their signed card or banknote is underneath their phone. And that's nothing. It's absolutely free.
Yeah, that's the way I do it mostly in my residency and stuff like that. And it blows people away. And it's so different. Like, it's one of these things that I was obsessed with this when we were coming up with it, because I love that process of kind of working out a method. Absolutely, like, we're given a challenge of doing that. If someone just stuck me in a room and said, "Here's a big box of bric-a-brac, you have to come up with X amount of tricks in 2 days," I love that.
That's good to know. I'll get the book.
get the bric-a-brac FedExed up to me. But I love that whole kind of the challenge of it. So I was all in when it came to that, and then when it was finally came together, I was enjoying performing it, and then I basically just handed it off to you. And because for me, as people who know my magic personally, that I like a lot of very visual kind of weird, unusual magic, and this is more direct, and there isn't anything visual.
Well, it's a utility, isn't it? That's the thing.
Exactly. It's a utility, and it's more cerebral than visual, because people have nowhere to go, and they're trying to work out what happened and when it happened and stuff. So I wouldn't really think of this, or I know a lot of people who know my magic wouldn't look at this and think it's a typical kind of Roddy McGhie thing. But man, I love it. It's a trick boom thing is what it is.
Well, I think also the novelty of there's a lot in it, as well as the features that things got. Like if you don't want to do a Mercury fold, not only are they doing it, but if you've got a trick where it needs to be a perfect folded card, Paragon 3D is a sort of great example. Loads of these things. Of course, you can score the card and you can produce a perfectly folded card. But what's better than that? Give a layman a card and say fold it up. You've never seen more focus and determination. You could bring it to a lab and you couldn't see the inside of the card if you tried. Sometimes, if anything, I will say to them, and also if you do get someone who's pissed and just gives it a go, that's fine too. If it's squiffy, it's fine. But honestly, you give a card to a layman and say, can you fold that into quarters? The look on their face, oh my God, I'm going to smash the shit out of this. This is going to be the finest fold anyone has ever seen. So if that is the finish of your trick, congratulations, they're doing the work for you. So you've got all these features, and it's honestly, it's when they know that they've got it. Also, when you give them the box, and you can see in that face, they want to give it a little bit of a shake. Shake all you like, my friend. It's in there, as far as I can say, absolutely in there.
It is. And, I'm going to take it back to the studio and give it a full review in a second. But I will tell you that I've had this since last Blackpool, and I've used it several times. And I've actually used it in parlor shows. And I've been using it to kind of replicate an old Gate and Bloom thing, but in a much better way with the signed card. So when I do a parlor show, I walk out. I've got a table and a chair.
I know where you're going to go. Yeah.
So I walk out and I lean on the table, and the table's a little bit wonky. So I take a card out and I just fold it up and I put it underneath the table leg, and that straightens that.
I love that plot.
And then later on in the act, I'm having someone pick a card, they sign it, they put it in the box, they're holding onto the box, and I make this big moment of it vanishing, which is just incredible. And I wait for somebody to say, where is it? And then it's that incredible moment of they reach underneath the table leg themselves, and they take that card out and they open it, and it's the signed card that they had in the box a few seconds before. Done.
Yeah. And that's so good. I mean, it's one of those things that Gate and Bloom, sort of the unstable chair leg, which me and Roddy have talked a lot about. I absolutely love it. And it's in that category of a perfect mystery, and you've not even had to, you haven't got to buy a prop for that. That just exists. That is equal to it being loaded into a block of ice. It's absolutely free, and it's killer, and it's a great plot.
Yep, I agree with you completely.
I forgot you were still here, Craig. Honestly, we've been rambling on.
Well, before I let you guys go, and I actually take it back and give it a review, I want to ask you very quickly. 2 questions, very, very quickly. The first question is, you've got a new YouTube show starting, right? Tonight,
yeah.
Well, I mean, when this goes out, it will be on.
I forgot how Kelly works. Yeah, okay, yeah.
But you've got you're streaming live once a month.
Yeah.
And you've got the Trick Boom Show, or the Boom Show.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, I don't know, chatting shit and talking tricks.
So my vision for it, and me and Roddy have been so busy over the last few days, I'm not entirely sure I've even told him, but is that there's so many.
I'm intrigued to hear what this says. Go.
It's that we do it naked. No, it's that.
Yay.
My vision for it is, I think there's so much content of which Craig is responsible for a lion's share of it, but there's tons online, and people are focusing on reviews, and people are focusing on in-depth interviews and things like that. And what there isn't is a sort of a silly, hopefully, I'm going to say TGI Friday, but TFI Friday, whatever the hell it's called. It's like a funny, irreverent show with bits of silliness and fun things and subversive things. Now, the first episode will be a hot mess. That is utterly guaranteed, because we are we are new to it, and I need all the help we can get. And my girlfriend will have to be doing all the clever stuff behind the scenes to hold me and Roddy together for it. But yeah, we're going to launch the trailer. We're going to do fun things. We've got competitions, giveaway stuff, zany things. Might be some special guests. Lots of fun stuff.
This is all news to me, by the way. I had no idea what we were doing. I just get told to turn up.
Yeah, I'll send you a link, and you click on the link. That's
yeah, exactly. I just turn up and look handsome. That's all I have to do.
You're the thirst trap. That's what you are.
Yeah.
So they can get to that on your YouTube channel, right? So that's going to be live streamed on YouTube, and then video later on. Trick Boom.
Facebook as well. Are we doing it? It's on Facebook as well, right?
Yeah, it's on Facebook and YouTube. But I don't know if it'll still stay there. Honestly, it's this bit subject to change, but it is. And we're going to plan on doing it. Yeah, we might even try and do it more than monthly. I think this is the point where we're meant to say, and it's guaranteed to always be on this day at this time. But me and Roddy are visiting planet Earth from a space station of forgetfulness and confusion. So I hope it's to be regular. I really like the idea of it being a regular thing, and that is the plan. But yeah, the Boom Show is going to be great and fun and silly, and I've got some content and some funny stuff for tonight, hopefully.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what this is, because I don't know anything about this.
I love you guys. Last question. It's just like the best couple in magic. Last question, before I leave you to it and I get back to the review, is you're going to be at Magic Live. Are you coming with new releases that haven't even seen a Blackpool?
Yes.
Yes.
We got the biggie. We've got the biggie and something else that we're very excited about, and the two things from Blackpool, and everything else. Trick Boom. Yeah, we are ferociously working on something that has been many years, which in the sort of.
Are we talking about?
Yeah. I'll talk about.
Yeah, well, that's just give me one as soon as take my money. Yeah. Take my fucking money.
Oh, we got a new design that put forward to us the other day, which
we're imminently about to press a button that is
literally. But it looks mad. It's like, I'd be able to fire it through this window up there. So yeah, it looks awesome. Excited about that, and also another thing that we were just discussing just before we came on here, which I'm very excited about. So.
Yeah, lots and lots of good stuff. So yeah, we have to get back to the sausage factory, keep knocking out the bangers. And,
well.
I'm waiting on.
You guys are an inspiration. I'll be there this evening, tuning in. Congratulations on all your continued success.
Thank you very much.
On everything that you guys have done. I'm going to take this back into the studio and give it a full review. Spoiler, it's going to get a great review, just like everything does that you guys come up with.
Sure.
And I hope to see you on the channel again soon. Noel, Roddy, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
So, thank you to Roddy and Noel for doing that interview with me. I really appreciate it, honestly. I know how busy they are. Now, I do consider Noel and Roddy friends. However, I will be honest with you and give you my honest opinion. Spoiler alert, this trick is bloody brilliant. If you are wanting a vanish of an object, it's great. And even if you haven't got a reason to vanish an object, they're going to go through a lot of ways of actually making it appear. I think for me, card to watch or card under watch, this is the best way to do card under watch, bar none. Absolutely. Now, excuse me, you might be disappointed when you get Bandit, because unlike a lot of the stuff from Trick Boom, you open up a little tin and it looks like a jumble sale. There's some bags in there, there's some elastic bands, there's some paper clips, there's some little bits and pieces, and you're kind of thinking, well, what exactly have I bought here? They don't even supply a card box. You don't need them to supply a card box. And the reason is you can use any card box. Spoiler, if you're a magician and you don't have an empty card box lying around your house, slap yourself around the face and have a quiet word with yourself. You're not magicking hard enough. That's just the way it is. But you supply your own card box, right? And here's the thing, right? This is not difficult. excuse me, this is not difficult, but it is knacky. So what I mean by that is this is a new skill that you are going to want to learn. This is something that you've probably never done before. I spent the afternoon learning this, and I can kind of do it really well now. And I'm excited about putting this into my walk around set. And that's the thing. The great thing about this is it's designed for walk around, no table required. As you would expect from Noel and Roddy, they are workers, and that shows with this particular product. The tutorial is great. The props are very well made, and everything is explained very, very, very clearly. Now, I've got some live performances I want you to look at. These are performances, uncut performances of the trick being performed by the guys at Trick Trick Boom. I thought it would be much better showing you the performances of them doing it than me doing it. However, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be uploading a couple of videos of me performing Bandit, and I've got a few ideas as well of how to actually use it in a way that's very different to what Noel and Roddy talked about. So I'm going to be doing a separate video on that in the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's have a look at these performances quickly.
I will give you this card. Yeah. Okay, and it doesn't really matter what it is because you're going to write your name on this. If I give you the pen, will you put your initials on that card?
On here?
Yeah.
Just anywhere?
Anywhere, go crazy on there.
Go, doctor,
Be crazy on it.
Beautiful. I'll take the pen. And will you fold it in half for me?
God, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Good, and then in half again, so into quarters.
I bet there is a card there with you. I bet that.
And you're going to help me as well. Will you put your hand out flat? Like this? Okay, I'll give you this, this, and this. Perfect. And we also need this.
Do you think it's changing?
Exactly. Unless you're working. You have a little look. Have a little look. Nothing sneaky so far?
No, this is legit.
Exactly.
It's pretty good.
Good. All right. Here's the idea. I got these from one of my friends in Camden. These little bags. So here's the idea. We're going to secure it. Okay. If I take this, you keep onto the rubber bands for me.
Okay.
You go on. Okay. I'm going to pop this into here, and you can see it's inside there. Okay. And she'll take one rubber band. You can be my glamorous assistant for a moment. What's your name, my friend?
Dan.
Dan, okay. And Dan, keep your hand out flat for me, Dan. You take this for me. Do you know what I have? Let's try this. If this goes wrong, I will give you contents of my wallet. You hold on to that for me for a moment. Take the rubber bands off. I'll take the rubber bands. Tip out what you find into my hand.
Okay.
Just an empty bag? Because I said, well, look, inside here.
No way.
Rip it open.
When did that happen?
Oh my god, this made my day. No way, no.
Oh my.
You're my favourite people all day. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So
Thanks very much. Thanks, Leah. You have a good day.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Superb, excellent. Now, can you fold that card into quarters for me as well? Because we're going to secure this card as very special. We're going to
like that?
Yeah. Yep, excellent. We're going to secure this even further. Yep, pop it in this little bag. Oh, it's a bit tight. I'll get that for you. Hold on, we'll go in this way. So it goes in here.
Yep.
And let's see, we'll just seal it up here as well. And we're going to take it a step further than that. I have the box here with a little rubber band on it.
Sure.
So, just pop that in here. You can see that's in here, right?
Yep, it is, yep.
So, like I say, we're going to secure this even further. Pop a little band on here like this. And do you have an empty pocket here?
Yeah, I've got an empty pocket.
Can you pop this into your pocket?
Yeah, it's in there.
So here's the idea. It is the World Pickpocketing Championships. That's what I'm down for.
Are you?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good. In fact, my record is about 5 seconds. So let's see if I can beat my record. I'll get you to. Let's see. Right. So if you hold on to this a second, you just press start. Right, 5 seconds is what I can do. Right, here goes. It's very subtle. I don't even have to come near you. I think that's about stop. Oh, What did we get there? Oh, okay, 7.
Should we do
7.
it? Should we do it
I
now?
think no. I think that'll do. I think that'll do.
You didn't
here's,
do anything, if you don't
oh
mind.
no, it's cool. If you check the box now, and take out what's inside. Oh no, but wait a second. Wait a second.
Where the fuck is it?
Hold on. Take this a second, right? Because look.
Where the fuck is it? Pardon my language.
Check
Where is it? Where is it?
They give you
Where
points.
is-
Like check
What
out.
the fuck?
They give you points for flair, right? Because check it out.
No!
It might not be yours.
No.
It might not be. It might not be. Hopefully it is.
How the hell did he do that? That is unbelievable.
Now you can see from those performances that this thing is solid, and it is. It is solid as a rock. Let's just count it down. It's fairly easy to do. One afternoon practicing, you're going to get it, no problem. It's pretty much an instant reset. It takes up one pocket, and then that's it. The magic happens in the hands of the spectator. Yeah, it's ticks all the boxes when it comes to a commercial trick. And I know there's going to be people watching this that are going to be sitting there going, well, it's just a Vanish. Do I really need a Vanish? I kind of thought the same thing, to be honest, but I guarantee you, if you saw this performed live, you would immediately want to buy it. It's one of those tricks that you go, oh, that's amazing, because you will never see it happen. You will never, ever, ever see it happen. It is strong. Even if you're wanting to do just a folded up card to wallet, or a folded up card to envelope to wallet, this is the way to vanish the card. The spectator folds it up, the spectator puts it away in the bag, the spectator puts it in the box, the spectator wraps the elastic band around it, the spectator holds the card box, and yet you've got rid of that card way before that. It is so ridiculously good. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this. This is another winner from Trick Trick Boom. Gets 100%. It is commercial gold. If you're wanting to vanish something and you're a close-up magician, this is the way to go. Now you can get it directly from Trick Trick Boom. That is the only place to get it. It has not been put in Murphy's, therefore it is not available from other magic dealers. So get it from Trick Trick Boom and you will be able to perform it immediately. That is your review of Bandit by Noel Qualter and Roddy McGhie. So there you go, guys. That's another video in the bag. Thank you once again for joining me on Magic TV. Don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Now, I'm going to be back again very soon with another video, so make sure you look out for that soon. If you haven't already joined the Netrix, please do so. It's www.thenetrix.com. It's my online streaming platform for magicians. I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Craig, and this is Magic TV.